love fields like this in the middle of forests. It just feels like the epitome of Indiana.
I go on walks here all the time, and the birds are excellent. There's the cutest little birds, and they make their little nests in here. And oftentimes in the morning, they like sit on it, and they'll just look while you walk by. We're taking a happy video.
You just slapped me. You stopped for the last second. From the beginning of us having any kind of relationship, it felt like it felt easy to feel at home with you.
I had never felt the desire to commit myself to someone as much as I had felt that with you. I'd never felt it ever. And so being with you and like feeling those things, like I knew that I wanted to choose you. I felt this confidence that like if this isn't it, I don't know what is.
Could see myself living my life with you. And I hadn't really felt that way about anyone before.
My mom's calling me. Hello? I'm being filmed right now.
Wow.
For our wedding video.
Aren't you holding one?
No! You can't bake it in this!
You can't? What is it? Isn't that a 9x13? It's literally 9x13.
It was right here the whole time. It's just on top. Your first memory of us interacting was at the Trojan Horse?
Mm-hmm. We came down and got lunch with some of the other interns, and you were there, and you wouldn't look me in the eye. Mm-hmm. You would not make eye contact with me. And so my assumption is,
playing hard to get.
This girl wants nothing to do with me.
Trying to observe you from afar, so I didn't want to be like trying to get to know you or like trying to interact with you. So that was my strategy. And it worked out for me. So.
Did it?
It did.
Okay, ready? Here you go. Oh, so cute.
It had been a couple months where I was seriously interested, and I felt like you were also, but you weren't saying anything, and I was going absolutely insane.
Everyone else picked up on what was happening before I did.
That's why everyone was asking me like, ooh, do you like Jeremy? Ooh, what's Jeremy thinking? Like, what's going on there? And I would always just be like, well, just ask Jeremy, because I've been sitting around here trying to make it so obvious. There was one time even that you came early to the condo, and I was like, oh, for sure he's gonna say something. Like, he came early. I mean, I was like, all right, say the words, man, I've been waiting for months. And then for 20 minutes, we just had small talk. And that was absolutely enraging.
That felt so normal.
And then everyone else showed up, and I was like,
I don't know, I'm not thinking anything of this.
it's gonna be really good, I promise.
Don't worry,
It's gonna turn out to look so delicious. So we went up to Nicole's house, and we had a little girl powwow. She was like, I'll have Luke tell Jeremy to like talk to you. And I'm just sitting there, and then you turn off the vacuum, and I was like, oh, hey. And I'm like really excited, and we start small talk. And he looks at me, and I'm crocheting, and he goes, well, I gotta go grocery shopping, bye. And he turns around and he leaves. And then that's when I knew, I was like, he does not like me. There is no level of interest, he literally doesn't even care. And so I went and I took a sad nap, and it was devastating. Next day, I'm sitting across from Nicole, and she reaches over and she goes, Luke never talked to him. So Luke is a villain in this story.
Then we drove back to the church, we unloaded everything, and you had some trash in your hands. You were like, oh, I'm gonna go inside and throw this away. And I was like, okay.
You said right now?
I said right now? You're like, yep.
Yeah, just
like,
give me a minute.
Okay, so it's me sitting in the parking lot waiting as you go inside and throw away the trash.
Which I thought you were gonna leave.
Out.
So when I went in and then you were still there, I was like, oh shoot, okay. This has gotta be.
This might actually be the time. And sure enough it was, so I said, I like being around you.
Yeah.
I like talking to you. and I like you.
Yep.
And that was it.
And then I launched into a
And
full
she said,
speech.
oh, well, I have something to say.
I've had some time to think.
Yeah. And she came up with this whole thing.
Yep.
And like 5 minutes after all of this
that
goes
was bad.
down, I get a text from Shelly with like 50 emoji.
It's like
of
salsa
it's the
dancing
salsa
girl,
dancing
salsa
girl.
dancing girl,
And
salsa
she's
dancing
flipping out
girl.
because I finally told Alexis, and she's like, I've been waiting for so long. And I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know this. Up to this point, I didn't know there was this much pressure around it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that everyone else knew.
He just was like dinking around the whole time.
I'm
and
just
there
living
had
my
been
life.
some
I'm
build-up.
thinking nobody knows, and I can
Yeah.
process things at my own pace.
It had been building up for months.
Hey, it's
You're taller than Alexis, which immediately put you in the 1% of men Alexis was interested in. And as time went by, it only became clearer and clearer that you were a genuinely good and trustworthy person.
But I remember the first time I told you I wanted to marry you. The first summer that we were dating, it was like 9 months in or so. I just felt such a natural connection with you.
I've never felt so safe to entrust someone with my feelings, with my emotions, with my experiences, with hard things. I never felt afraid to share that with you or to let you carry those things with me.
You are the one who understands me. You are the one who let me in. Just like a sunset on the ocean, I found a place to rest my head.
And I loved your maturity and the obvious level of wisdom that you had. You know what it looks like to love people and to take care of people and to be present in people's lives. And I think that was something that I was always looking for.
I think I was really looking for someone who was strong in all of the ways like I was weak.
So Jeremy, you've already placed the ring on Alexis's finger.
I was trying to
Alexis is doing it the best. Today, Jeremy and Alexis have chosen to worship together with all of you, centering this ceremony on this great story of God redeeming humanity and reuniting people with himself. They want to invite you to reflect on that. So Jeremy and Alexis, in front of these witnesses, you have made a covenant today. Therefore, what God has joined together, in the name of Jesus Christ, let no one separate. That I pronounce you husband and wife. Jeremy, you may kiss your bride. It's my privilege to introduce you to, for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Jeremy and Alexis Jeremy.
From the day I met you, loving you is my favorite place to be. All my life, I've been looking for a place to call home. And loving you is my favorite place.
loved being with someone who thought it was funny and like laughed at my jokes and enjoyed playing games with me and could get really dramatic or argue, but in a way that was fun. I feel like I really needed someone like that.
All the ways that you have been intentional to appreciate the things that I'm interested in they're very meaningful to me.
But your laugh was like my favorite thing. It was like music to my ears. Every time I hear your laugh, I was like, oh, I just want him to laugh at me and notice me. And when is he gonna like me? When is he gonna confess his love for me?
You are just one of the greatest gifts that God has ever blessed me with. And Jeremy, if she is even a quarter of the friend that she has been to me, to you, then you will be the most supportive you've ever been. Alexis, you've become my sister, and I love you.
He is a man of genuine faith. He's somebody who loves other people well. He's not afraid to speak the truth when it needs to be spoken. He's gentle, he's kind. I've seen him love his roommates, I've seen him love Alexis. And he just is really a model for what a man should look like.
True, but I think I'm also just really excited for the couple of years where it's just gonna be us, where we can really focus on growing together. I'm excited for like the difficulties because I think like that's where God really grows us.
I'm excited for the future of where God calls us and where He leads us. And I'm excited for kids down the line.
You're lost in the dream with your head on my shoulder. My arm is asleep and I'm stuck like a boulder. But I wouldn't change a thing.
You're wrapped in my fingers, tied up in my hair. If time took a break for tonight, I wouldn't care. 'Cause I wouldn't change a thing.
We could find the pain just underneath. You and I aren't bulletproof to grieve. Love is just a word until you're brave enough to bleed. I wouldn't change a thing.
It's like Tim Keller says, it's marriage isn't about happiness, it's about holiness. And I think we'll have both, but I'm excited for the growth that will come.
And if I make an exit from this grand old stage, my love will be with you for now and for always. I was made for you. I was made for you.